All Gemini, Sun, Scorpio moons, welcome to your 2020 Sun moon reading. Doesn't matter when you view it. When you see it is when you were meant to... Wait. When you view it is when you were meant to see it. What? You know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm doing these in order of requests in the comments. So make sure you post up your requests. Also check out your 2019 Sun moon readings while you're waiting. First portion of this reading, we will go over the sun, moon, the traits of your sun, moon combination. I'll lay out the main cards. We'll take a quick look at your 2020. Second portion will be the video link below, where I will have a deeper interpretation of the cards with clarifiers. I'll be dividing the year up into 4 separate sectors. I'm itching my nose. Otherwise, let's get to your sun, moon combination. So you all are very careful when things affect you personally, because you have a tendency to kind of blow up and people can see this, or you get really charged up about stuff. You have a kind of an aggressive way about you and a bold way about you, and because of this, people are always aware of you. You definitely notice details and you start to analyze things. You're super proud of your ability to be able to kind of spot these things out. When you get a little bit talkative, you tend to dramatize things, even though you really have good insight in regards to things and perceptions in regards to things, but you do tend to be a little bit overly dramatic in regards to it. You're very magnetic, you're very emphatic, you know where you're going, and you're usually more intense than your Gemini peers. You tend to be secretive, you don't wear your emotions on your sleeve. You do tend to get carried away with your emotions, though, and your vivid imagination, but just don't let it kind of get out of proportion, because sometimes that can turn into kind of distorted perceptions and things like that could end up being really harmful to you. So what else? Oh yeah, try not to exaggerate so much. Watch what you say is super duper important. One of the things you can do to kind of figure some things about yourself, like your behaviors and your issues, and maybe things that were destructive in your life, is to go back into your past, look at your relationship you had with your parents, your relationship you had with friends and family and other people. The root of this stuff can come from the relationship you had or experiences you had from your family. You have a tendency to hold on to your convictions for dear life, and it's really hard for you to let go of them, and this can cause a lot of problems for you. It can help you out a lot if you learn to open up to people. So find a confidant, a counselor, some good friend that you can talk about, and that'll sort of help you get balance. You're very strong-willed, you're very determined, and you seem to be your own leader. But you also give in to friends' opinions or family's opinions or lovers' opinions when it comes to making choices in your life. You tend to listen to them, and if they insist on something, you'll go ahead and do it. You need to learn to make these kind of decisions on what you feel, because you have good intuition, right? And actually, if you go with your gut and what you think is right, it usually ends up being the best thing for you anyways. Be careful of your psychological well-being. A lot of that can depend on what's going around you, the emotional energies that are going on around you. So, try not to be so susceptible to them, because that can end up causing forms of neurosis or other behavioral disorders, okay? So let's see what's going on for your 2020. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Gemini, Sun, Scorpio moons for the year 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know? I need to cough. Excuse me. To reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to divine for their greater good. Any messages you have for Gemini, Sun, Scorpio moons for the year 2020 would be greatly appreciated. I'm just going to sidebar that. Alrighty. So what do you see for January, February, and March? January, February, and March for Gemini, Sun, Scorpio moons. We have the Five of Pentacles in reversed. If this resonates, consider personal reading. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and set that up. Hermit card is in reverse for the period of April, May, June. Also, ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram or Insta. 8 of Wands in reverse for the period of July, August, September. And then if you could like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below, that would be awesome sauce. 4 of Swords in reverse for the period of October, November, December. And again, I'm going to sidebar this and see if it weaves in, how and if it weaves in. It usually will. So we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, starting off the beginning of the year. So you guys are coming out of something. Either you had something that was, you were downtrodden financially, you went through something that was, emotionally, it really kind of took the wind out of you, or it really was a test of your resources, and you managed to come out of it in baby steps. You're coming out of it. So it's coming, out of the cold, not being left out in the cold anymore. Some of you are lonely. You're not lonely anymore. All sorts of that stuff. For some of you, might have been isolated. You're not isolated anymore. It really is kind of the ending to a time that was very difficult. You're kind of getting, feeling good about yourself, getting your confidence back, kind of looking at, what you will and what you won't put up with from people. So, whatever that was in 2020, I guess whatever's going on now, in 2019, you're coming out of it in the beginning of the year right off the bat. Now we move into April, May, June. We have the Hermit card in reverse, which is the card of Virgo. There still is isolation. There's, for some reason, you're isolated. Sorry for the cutout there, guys. And I know here I said you're coming out of isolation, but, and I don't know if I said that before the video cut out, but I don't think you're there 100%. I think you're still withdrawing and you don't want people around you, which is fine. But the only problem is that this isolation is not being used to better yourself or anything like that. It's just like, I don't want to deal with anyone. I don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to be in a relationship. And you're not using the time to kind of reflect on things. So it's sort of wasted times. It's just kind of, like I said, withdrawing, cutting yourself off, licking your wounds. For some of you, there's a side message. You might be tired of being single, but, if you're going to be doing this, you're not going to be meeting anybody. So, yeah, I see, so we have the 8 of Wands here in reverse as we go in. So in the middle of the year, these are the bookends. In the middle of the year, you guys aren't talking to people either. Communication is shut down. You don't want to have conversations with people or anything of that sort. So you've blocked somebody. You just, people. I just feel like you've gone off in a mountain and you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to have anything. And it might be that you came out of this, whatever that was. And you just decide that, you know what, I want to be alone. Everyone just leave me alone. But, how long are you going to be able to do that for? You're not going to be able to do it for very long, because here in October, November, December, I see you being restless, you wanting things to change, you not wanting to be alone. But all over here, you all are not, you're avoiding kind of like the whole thinking about things, personal reflection, contemplation, meditation, all that hokey stuff we talk about. You're avoiding doing it, and it's not working for you at all. So I don't know if this hits you so hard that you're just like, I don't need people and I don't need anybody anymore for the rest of the year. Man, for a Gemini not to talk, that's hardcore. Sorry, I'm just saying. Because communication is one of your major things. So for you guys to go into isolation, that Scorpios can do that. I can see that. So emotionally, maybe your Scorpio is guiding you to kind of do this, but it must be hard on your Gemini, because you guys are social, you like to talk. So someone must have really messed you up, or something must have really messed you up in 2019, in the beginning of the year. You kind of decided, okay, I've been through that, I'm coming out of it, but you know what? I'm not going to talk or associate with anybody anymore. That's what I'm getting. And then here, you're taking it to the next level. So now I understand why this is here, because you guys are deciding, you know what, the only thing I can count on is work. So I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to multitask. I'm going to have a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I'm going to make myself so busy that I'm not going to have any time for anybody. And it's because you're seriously like burned and pissed off from what happened here. And the thing is, I'm getting for the 2 of Pentacles and upright, if people even try to approach you, you're going to be telling them, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm just too busy. I have a lot going on. No, thank you. You know, someone, they might be asking you, no, I'm just too busy. I have this, that, and this and the other going on. So I really don't. And I really feel like that's the theme for the year. And that's why this popped out. Like, I'm going to make myself so busy and so distracted. I'm not going to have time for another human being or spend time with another human being or talk to another human being or what have you. But ask yourself in 2020, are you using the time wisely? That's what I would kind of think. Okay, so click on the Vimeo link below if you want to see what the clarifiers are going to be on this, and or consider a personal reading. Check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. Otherwise, good luck to you in 2020. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.